welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, my name is Alex and I post 3 beauty related videos every single week. So if those are the types of videos you like to watch, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and also put the notification bell on so you're notified every single time that I upload. So as you can tell by the title, today we are testing an eyeshadow palette and we're testing one of Revolution's Christmas 2019 palettes. So this is what it looks like. I did get the Ruby palette. If I'm honest, this... Can you hear the helicopter? Let me just wait for that. So I picked up the Ruby palette, which obviously is the red one, and they come out with 5, I believe, like a green one, a diamond one, a purple one, a rose gold one and a red one. This is the one that caught my eye the most, I think, because it's Christmassy, it's red, it's got glitter and stuff in it. So I picked up the Ruby palette, so we are going to be trying this out today. So this is what the packaging looks like. It is red and glittery. It's definitely more of the rough glitter effect. I would prefer it to be more smooth, but what can you do? It obviously does reflect in the light. And this is what the palette looks like. So obviously it's more red toned, as you would expect. It's definitely more warm toned, it's got more pinks, more reds, and the layout is kind of similar to the Kami palette, the Make Magic, except his pans are, the bigger pans are at the top and all the little pans are in the bottom 2 rows. I do kind of like this idea, however these pans are quite small. I don't know if I entirely like that idea, but I mean, it's cute, it's different for Christmas. I'm going to dive into some swatches now and then we can get into the eye look. So this is the first row swatched. As you can see, these 4 here are really sheer, and that's the middle row. And it really reminds me of the Morphe 39S Like a Gem palette, where the middle row is like toppers. So they're really sheer, but on the eye that may look totally different. The shimmers down here are quite disappointing, like this one is really disappointing. But the matte swatched really nicely, not too bad. So this is the last row. I definitely prefer this last row compared to the top row, just because the shades are much more pigmented for some reason. I don't know if that's because these are darker shades, but I really like this row, it's super pretty. So I forgot to mention that this palette retails for £10, which generally tends to be their average price for a palette now. They used to be a little bit cheaper, but I mean, as a business grows, I guess you bump your prices up. So this is £10. Again, that is not that expensive though. It's definitely affordable. So now we've done the swatches, let's dive into the eye look. To start off with, I'm going to take this Chase shade here and I'm going to put that all over my lid, just so there's like a lighter colour that all these other shades can stand out on top of, if you get what I mean. Okay, I think I'm going to start off with this shade here, which is called Classy, and I'm going to put that in my crease. I'm going to do like a nice Christmassy red look today. But I'm going to start off with the oranges and build up the red colour over the top. So there is a little bit of kickback in the pan, but guys, as long as it's pigmented to me, I really don't care. You guys know that if you've been watching me for a while anyway. Kickback just tends to bother some people, but it just doesn't affect me whatsoever. Now I'm going to take this shade down here, which is called Affair, and it's a slightly more darker orange, but like more on the pink side. So I'm just going to build that on top. That's very similar to the first shade I put on, Classy, but just like a tiny bit darker. So now I think I'm going to go in with the red, and I'm going to take Flirt. Is that it? Yeah, Flirt. And basically I'm gonna put that on top. Just going to take a blending brush and take the shade Be Mine, which is this really pale orange, and I'm just going to blend the top edges of where I put all those shades. I think I want to add a little bit of purple, so I'm going to take this shade up here, which is called Princess, and I'm not going to put that quite high up, but I'm going to put it sort of below the crease. And I'm going to go back in with my blending brush and just blend it all out. So on my outer corners, I'm going to put the shade Flush, which is this kind of grey toned brown. That's got a lot of kickback, and I'm just going to stamp that right in that little corner there. Don't think this is a good brush. And I'm just going to go in with the brush that I've been using and blend that out so it doesn't look very harsh. And I've also got fallout from that brown shade, so just gonna sweep that away. And now for the middle part of my lid. I was going to take one of these, but now that I've swatched them and they're more like toppers to me, I'm going to put a normal shimmer and then one of those on top. So I think I'm going to put Heartthrob down here, which is kind of like a goldy sort of duochrome. It's really hard to describe. So I'm going to take it dry. So it is a little bit pigmented dry, but I think it needs help with some spray. So I'm going to go get some of that and then I'll finish off putting this on. And guys, honestly, this is my favourite brush ever for packing on shimmer, and it's the Jessup 237 Detail Shader. I don't use any other brush to put shimmer on now. Yeah, definitely works better wet. Okay, so I've put the gold shimmer in the lid. It definitely works better wet, so I definitely advise that. Now I'm going to take the shade Kisses, which is this gold here, and it's one of the toppers, and I don't really know what this is going to be like, so I'm just going to get it dry and put it on top. Wow, I love that. This formula, as I predicted, would swatch sheer, but when you put it on your eyelids, oh my gosh, it looks so pretty. So now, because that looks a little bit harsh, I'm going to take the brush that I used to blend the brown in, and I'm going to take the princess shade again, and I'm just going to stamp that on like either side of where I put that gold shimmer. And I'm just going to go in one more time with the gold shimmer, just to intensify the very, very middle. Oh my god. And now for the lower lash line, I'm going to go back in with that Flirt shade, which is meant to be the red, or it is the red, and see how that looks. And now for my inner corner, I'm going to take the shade Tempt, which is probably more of a champagne-y sort of shimmer. So that is the eye look done. I'm going to go off camera, put my mascara on and lashes, and I'll be right back for my final thought. Right guys, so I'm back. I just put on my GWA natural lashes, and I also put a mini Bad Girl Bang mascara, and this is the finished look. I must say, I am actually incredibly impressed with this. Lately, as you may know if you watch me, I've not been really impressed with Revolution shimmers, just because they can sometimes be really hardly pressed and not really look pigmented. However, the shimmers in this palette, even dry, do remind me of the Sove palette shimmers, in the fact that even though they are dry, there is pigment there, but they just perform a whole lot better wet. Whereas the other shimmers by Revolution are just not pigmented, dry really, or wet at all really. So I'm really impressed with the shimmers in this palette. I must say the toppers in the middle row make this palette, like, you need to get one of these, because the toppers really remind me of the Morphe 39S toppers, in the sense that when you swatch them, they really don't look like much, but when you put them on the lid, they are stunning. They're so pigmented on the lid. You can proper see the shiny shimmer. It doesn't look underwhelming. If anything, it makes it pop like so much more. Like if you've just put a standard shimmer on underneath but put a topper from the middle row on top of that, it just takes the look to like a whole new level. And this is a drugstore palette and it only costs £10, and you get eye looks like that. Like, I'm so impressed with this palette, and I know I love Revolution, but I would never say, guys, this is amazing if it really wasn't. I am super impressed with this palette. The red in it is not really that red. The most pigmented red I've ever tried is probably the Morphe James Charles palette. I just don't think drugstore can get a really pigmented red. It's definitely something for more of the high-end brands, because obviously they can afford to do much more pigmented shades, if you get what I mean. But the purple was really good, the princess shade. All the other mattes performed really well, just that red is not the reddest red. So I think that's it, guys. I think that's it for this video. Let me know if you enjoyed it down below. Let me know if you've got one of these palettes, because I know they have like 5 different ones, and let me know what you think down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a massive thumbs up, because that really helps me out. Please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.